Before 9 p.m. on July 7, 2016, Micah Johnson parked his black SUV on Lamar Street in front of El Centro College. The hazard lights were still flashing. He put on a tan body armor vest and headed south towards Main Street. At 8:58 p.m., as demonstrators made their way east on Main Street, Johnson fired his automatic or semi-automatic rifle into a police car and at Dallas police officers who were walking among the protesters. His bullets struck and killed Senior Corporal Lauren Ahrens, Officer Michael Kroll, and Officer Patrick Zamarripa. 3 Dallas officers, Gretchen Rocha, Ivan Saldana, and Jorge Barrientos, and a civilian, Shatamia Taylor, were also injured. Johnson headed north on Lamar and shot the glass doors at one of El Centro's entrances, but he could not get through. 2 El Centro police officers, John Abbott and Corporal Brian Shaw, were behind the doors and were injured. About 50 students and teachers were inside wrapping up class. Johnson continued north and sneaked up on DART officer Brent Thompson, fatally shooting him from behind as the officer peered around a pillar. Johnson continued to fire after Thompson fell to the ground. Abbott then left the building to help Thompson. Johnson turned onto Elm Street and shot his way into El Centro through glass doors. About 15 minutes had passed since the first shot. Johnson was injured at some point, and law enforcement officials followed his bloody trail inside the building. Johnson went up the stairs and through the library on the second floor. Despite his injuries, Shaw followed Johnson into the stairwell, and Johnson shot at him. Shaw retreated but remained in the building. On the second floor, Johnson went through the library and into a hallway. Johnson wrote the letters RB in 2 places inside the building in his own blood. Through a window on the north side of the building, Johnson fired down at police officers on Elm Street. He struck and killed Sergeant Michael Smith as the officer climbed out of his car by 7-Eleven. DART officer Jesus Reytana was shot in the triceps while he worked near the DART West End station. A bullet also pierced his police radio. Johnson was holed up in an alcove at the end of a crooked hallway in the center of the building. Law enforcement did not have a clear line of sight on him. An hours-long standoff ended around 1:30 a.m. July 8th when Dallas Police Chief David Brown ordered 2 officers to arm a remote-control robot with C4. The officer sent the robot down a separate narrow hallway toward Johnson. The C4 was detonated and the explosion killed Johnson. 2 handguns and what appears to be a Saiga IZ-240, also called an AK-74, were found with his body.